let's be real. Every single business wants to win. But the playbook for winning? Well, it's changed a lot. Today, we're going to crack open that playbook, marketing management, and we're using the legendary work of Kotler and Keller to deconstruct the art and the science of how companies can truly, genuinely connect with their customers. So let's start with a mystery, one that probably keeps a lot of entrepreneurs up at night. Why do some absolutely brilliant products just fly off the shelves, while others, that are just as good, end up collecting dust? The secret, as we're about to find out, is almost never just about the product itself. It's about the marketing strategy behind it. And that leads us to this kind of radical idea from the one and only Peter Drucker. What if the goal of marketing wasn't, well, to sell it all? What if it was to understand the customer so perfectly, so deeply, that the product basically just sells itself? That's the core idea we're going to be digging into today. All right, so here's our game plan. We've got 5 parts. We'll start by figuring out what marketing really is. Then we'll get into how to actually listen to the marketplace. From there, we'll build a winning strategy, create a brand that people remember, and finally, learn how to tell that whole story to the world. Let's get into it. Okay, first up, what is marketing really? If your first thought is just splashy ads and commercials, we're about to blow that definition wide open. It's so much more than just selling. So here it is, the official definition. And it's a powerful one, because marketing isn't just some creative guessing game. It's part science, digging into the data to find your perfect target market. And it's part art, creating so much value that your customers don't just buy from you once. No, they stick around. They become fans for life. This right here is one of the most misunderstood ideas in all of business. People love to say marketers create needs, but according to the research, that's just not possible. A need, like, say, the need for social status, that's a fundamental part of being human. Marketers don't invent that. But what they do is influence our wants. They suggest that, hey, maybe a Mercedes is the perfect way to satisfy that need that was already there. See the difference? So, if the goal is to understand the customer inside and out, where in the world do we start? Well, that brings us right to our second section, building the foundation. And the golden rule is you have to listen to the marketplace before you even think about creating an ad. And look, great listening isn't just passive, it's a real investigation. First, you've got to figure out what customers truly value. Is it speed? Is it price? Is it amazing customer service? Then, you have to be brutally honest with yourself, how you and your competition stack up. This is exactly how you uncover your true competitive advantage, or maybe your fatal flaw. Now, here's a crucial point. You can't be everything to everyone. It's just not possible. So the next step is to slice up the market into these smaller, more manageable groups based on all these different factors. Are you targeting young urban professionals with active lifestyles, or maybe retirees in a specific part of the country? Segmentation is how you find that perfect audience for whatever it is you have to offer.
But, all this listening and analysis is pretty much useless without a solid plan. And that brings us to section 3, crafting a winning strategy. This is where we build the actual blueprint for how we're going to win in the market.
In other words, strategy is really all about finding the sweet spot. It's about matching what your company is amazing at, your unique skills and resources, with the opportunities that you've found out there in the marketplace. It's this continuous process of making sure your internal world lines up perfectly with the external one. And the classic tool for finding that alignment is, of course, the SWOT analysis. It is so powerful because it's so simple. It just forces you to answer 4 key questions. Internally, what are our strengths and our weaknesses? And then externally, what are the opportunities and the threats? This is how you get a really clear, really honest picture of exactly where you stand.
Okay, once that strategy is set, it's time to give it a face, an identity. And this leads us right into section 4, building a powerful brand. This is all about creating an identity that actually lives inside your customer's mind. So, a brand is so much more than a logo, right? It's like a mental structure. It's the thing that helps a consumer who's staring at a dozen different options on a shelf instantly organize all that information and make a choice that just feels right. Branding is the art of building those mental shortcuts, but in your favor. Just take Nike, for example. As Kotler points out, their internal brand mantra isn't just do it, it's actually authentic athletic performance. And that simple three-word phrase guides literally everything they do, from which athletes they sponsor to how they design their shoes. It's like their internal compass that makes sure the brand always stays true to itself.
So, when a company with a really strong brand wants to launch something new, they're basically faced with these three main choices. Do they start completely from scratch? Do they leverage their existing brand name, like when Dove creates a new body wash? That's a brand extension. Or do they do a mix of both and create a sub-brand, like the Toyota Camry?
And finally, we get to our last section. You've understood the customer, you've built a killer strategy, and you've created a powerful brand. Now it's time to grab the megaphone and communicate the full story. Modern marketing demands a full toolbox. It is not just about running a few ads anymore. It's about creating events, managing public relations, sparking word of mouth. The list goes on. The real key is using all of these tools together in an integrated way so they're all singing the exact same song.
And this all leads up to what is maybe the single most important concept from Kotler's work for our world today: holistic marketing. The idea is so simple, but it is profound. Everything matters. Every department, every employee, every single process has to be aligned and focused on the customer. You see, marketing isn't just one department's job anymore. It's everybody's job. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. I mean, think about it. A high price communicates quality, right? The decor of a store communicates a certain mood. Even the way a customer service representative answers the phone communicates something about the brand's personality. Every single one of these touch points is a moment of truth. It's a chance to either build up your brand or start tearing it down.
So we end right back where we started. In today's incredibly crowded marketplace, having a great product, well, that's just the ticket to get in the game. The real differentiator is the story you tell and the value you communicate. The big question this playbook leaves us with is this: is the way you market your product now actually more important than the product itself?